Hello, team. This is TJ. I just wanted to spend a few minutes today and talk to you a little bit about a topic that is really, really important as it relates to building a business and being successful at the business of ours, right? Okay? And it's called edification. Edification, simply put, is nothing more than speaking highly enough of other people to put them in the best possible position to be effective for you as a mentor, as a leader, as part of, as being an expert for you as you share this with other people, okay? So it's speaking highly enough of other people to put them in as positive a light as you possibly can, okay? And edification is something that you do every time you talk to someone, that you're talking to your personal prospects and you're trying to introduce an expert or a teammate to them. So you want to speak highly of that expert or that teammate to your prospect so that your teammate or your leader will then have credibility with your prospect, okay? And that credibility is so very important, and you're the only one that can give that leader, that teammate, okay, that credibility by what you say about that person to your prospect, okay? So it's very, very important that you learn how to edify. It's one of the things that's going to help you to become extremely successful. Let me just give you some examples of what edification actually looks like. So let's say that I was introducing Josh Samuels, a former banker, 24 years old, did that for about 2 years. In about 3.5 months, he walked away from his business, and he's a master student. This is a guy that has put himself in a position where he can learn as much as he possibly can, as quickly as he possibly can, and he shares that knowledge with other people passionately, okay? So this is what I say to, let's say I was talking to one of my prospects who was young, okay, and who is somebody that might be able to relate to Josh. So, I'm sitting here getting ready to introduce Josh to him, verbally before I actually put him on the phone or whatever. He said, Joe, let me tell you a little bit about this friend of mine that I want to introduce you to, man. He's a young guy, 24 years old. This is a guy that has a passion for what he does, man, and it's all about helping people. This dude is helping a lot of people get free, and create a lifestyle that people only dream about, okay? And he's in the process of building a huge business, and he was willing to spend a few minutes, man, with me, helping me out, and he was definitely excited about meeting you. So what I want to do is give you an opportunity to meet this guy, and then you'll get a chance to talk with him, okay? Fantastic, okay? Now, what did I say about Josh? He's a young man, 24 years old. He's passionate about what he does. He loves to help people, okay? When I edify somebody like that, I tend to talk about them as a person, not so much about who they are, what they do for a living, that kind of thing. I tend to focus more on the person, okay, in this case. Now, let's say that there was a guy that I may have been trying to talk to that might have been in the Air Force, had, some time in the Air Force. He has a family, has a couple kids. And let's say you want to introduce him to TJ. Say, listen, Harry, man, this is, I just want to take a minute to introduce you to a friend of mine named TJ. This is a guy that I respect a great deal for all the things that he does. He's a family man, has some kids, former military, and he's a guy, man, that loves to help people. And he's always looking for people that are hungry for more in their life, for better in their life to help. And so let me introduce you to TJ. Harry, meet TJ. TJ, meet Harry. Okay? Kind of how you would do that. Let's say that you were getting ready to introduce one of your friends who's a photographer, and you wanted to share this with them, and you want to introduce him to David Follison, who's a photographer, right? So you say, hey, John, this is David Follison. He's a good friend of mine and a mentor of mine. This guy is passionate about what he does. He's a photographer. He did that for 14 years at the Houston Chronicle. He still does it. He has a passion for photography, but he's chosen a different way to be able to generate income in his life so that he can create the lifestyle that he wants, okay? He figured out that photography wasn't doing it for him, so he figured out and learned a new way to do it. And this guy's helping a lot of people, okay? Harry, or John, meet David Follison. David Follison, meet John, right? Okay, let's say that you got somebody, man, who's a fitness type of person, fitness trainer, fitness therapist, fitness whatever, okay? And you want to introduce him to, let's say, Henry or if it's a female, whatever, you might want to introduce him to Angelique, right? So let's just use Henry as an example here, okay? Say, Joe, this is Henry. I just want you to take a minute to introduce you to Henry, man. He's my teammate. He's a mentor. This dude is huge. I mean, he's helping a lot of people change their lives. You know, he's a former fitness trainer. He doesn't do that as a profession anymore because he's figured out a better and more effective way to generate income, and he's sharing that knowledge with, you know, anybody and everybody he can, okay? It's an honor and a privilege to be able to get a few minutes of his time. So Joe, meet Henry. Henry, meet Joe, okay? Now, one of the keys to edification is you want to keep it short. You don't want to go on and on and on, but you do want to get through it. You know, 30 seconds to about a minute is about really where you should stay. Say some good things about that person. That's going to put them in the best position to be able to help you sponsor your prospect, okay? All right. If there's any questions about edification, you know, feel free to call myself or any of the leaders on the team, and you could definitely get more knowledge about that, okay? This is TJ for the Own Your Life Network.